So hello, welcome back to my channel again. I'm so happy that you've joined me today. I harvested my pepper, and of course the natural thing is how do you store it? I mean, you have so much peppers you've given out to friends, but you still have a lot. So the question is, how do you store your peppers? So in this video I just want to show you how I store my peppers, in my habanero peppers. I do it in two ways. The first way is pretty easy. I just take my peppers. I have some of them right here. I get my peppers, I wash them up. Okay, you wash them, leave it out to dry for a little bit, and then when it's dry, you want to store them. So the first thing I do is to take my Ziploc bag. I have a small one, and I also have a big one. So you put them in Ziploc bags like this, seal them up. I have my freezer bag. So next thing I want to do is put them in my freezer bag like so. I put like four batches I make, and I put them in my freezer bag. Let all the air out and then Ziploc it. Yeah, so that's one way I do that. Put it in the Ziploc bag. And the other way I want to show you right now is to string them up. Some people like to string them up and store them dry. So I'm going to show you two ways you can string them up. So to string them up, you need a thread, something that's like really strong thread that's not going to cut and losing all your habanero peppers. So you need a strong thread. I have a thread here that's very strong. I have doubled it. And then you take your habanero peppers, and you want to look at the stem, and look at the thickest part of the stem at the base, right, almost at the base right there. So you thread your needle through there. So you thread it through there. So you thread that needle through, and you see it just goes right through. Okay, so you do this over and over for all the peppers, as much as you want. So I have my tray that I'm putting the peppers in right here. So you put it. So that's how. So you just continue like this, and then until you have the length of strand that you need. I usually like to do small strands, easy to transport, easy to move around, and not too heavy, because when you're done stringing, you want to store them in a place that's well ventilated. You want to store them in a place that's not touching the walls or anything, or you want to store them in a place where people are not going to be going, being an obstruction to people when they're passing by, because you don't want them to touch it with their body or anything, and then you know how hot it is. So you continue to string it by the stem. So it's coming up like this. All right. Actually, when they're all strung up, they look really nice, with the orange color. It looks really nice. For the ripe ones, you can actually use it to decorate if you want. So that's it. So that's one way to do it. That's one way to string it. I'll show you another way that you can string the habanero peppers. So again, I have my needle, and I'm going to show you how to string it. This is another way you can string the habanero peppers. Just in case you harvested your habanero peppers, or you get it from the store when they when the price is right and you want to get a bunch of them. You can do this. If you don't have the stem, to work with, you can actually go through the habanero peppers. So you go through the peppers like that. Just go through, and you go through the peppers. That's another one. You just go through like that. So when you string them that way, they're going side by side, and already I can feel already I can feel the scent of the pepper. I can smell it because you're going through the pepper. So because you're going through the pepper, so you know that the pepper is going to be on the needle and on the string, so this is why wearing your gloves is very important. So you go through. It makes me want to sneeze. So that way you can see that it still tells you the pepper is still fresh. So you just keep going. Yeah, already I can feel the aroma, because I'm actually going through the peppers itself and through the juices. I can feel the aroma. It makes me want to sneeze. uh, it makes me want to sneeze, and it's in my throat right now. But it's good. So you keep going until you get to the length that you want, and you get something like this. So this is another way you can string them up. This is another way. So I'm going to show you now a third way you can do it. If you watch my other video, you will see that I had a double-stranded habanero necklace, and this is how I did that one. I strung it from the bottom to the top, not from side to side. So you're just going lengthwise and sticking it through like that. That's how you stick it through to the needle, and you pull it. So I'm just going to continue like that. That way you are covering more of the thread. If you are making a necklace like that, you're going to use less of the habanero peppers. I don't know if anybody wants to make a hot habanero necklace, but I just thought, oh, it would be fun to do, so I did it and I put it on, and I think I enjoyed it. Yeah. So I just keep going like that. So you keep going like this until you get enough length, and you tie it up like that, and you have your necklace. You can do, or your bracelet, or whatever. Whatever piques your fancy. Yeah, so those are the ways that I store my habanero peppers. So when you are done stringing the habanero peppers, either this way or this way or this way. So what you want to do, the next thing you're going to do, the next thing you're going to do after you string up the peppers is to wait. So you have to wait. Be patient. You have to wait for the habanero peppers to dry out. It takes a couple of weeks for it to actually dry out completely before you can take them in and store them whatever way you like. You can chop them up and put it in an airtight container and enjoy it as you like, or you can just store them like that. So, but for me, this is the way. For me, this is my preferred way of storing the habanero peppers, but I must tell you that when you get it out of the freezer to use, you might find that it's not as hot as when you put it in. That's understandable because it's been in the freezer, but it's still as hot if you use it. So you're not really like losing much. If you dry them out and you store them, it's the same thing. They've lost a little of their intensity, but they're still habanero peppers. The capsaicin is still there, so it's gonna be as hot. So you want to still be careful when you use them. For me, I prefer to put it in the freezer straight from the garden and into the freezer to lock up the flavor and to lock up the intensity of the heat. So that's what I want to share with you today. So this is all I have to how to store your habanero peppers when you get them. Until next time, keep planting, keep learning, keep growing. I appreciate you joining me today, and I'll see you.